Welcome to Tidbit Talkin. Have some ideas about a fictional thing, each one featuring different levels of seriousness. Spoilers, here we go. Mega Man is a great cook, as are most diggers, because all of them pretty much must learn to do so just in case they get stuck underground for days, weeks, or even months. Not years, because they wouldn't make it that long. Carbons may all have an inherent predisposition towards finding/developing new energy sources that their creators installed on an instinctive level, so the wars of past centuries which were fought over not having such things could be avoided. Beryl asked for the Cadillac Island reporter specifically when heard about this press conference his old friend set up, as a thank you for their hospitality a year prior. Rule didn't think that was her mom until Grams uttered actual name hoopla because there are lots of older blonde women in the world, hence her not mentioning anything about it to Mega until after the broadcast was almost over. Data is being extra clingy lately because he's sure the moment when he'll have to restore all of Trigger's memories will come soon. Something regarding knowing enough about technology to understand that the sulfur bomb could actually reach Forbidden Island and reawaken Sarah. Related, Redness Relisher sold the first game used equipment right before a certain half-faced grandparent went off to that literal cruise ship in the sky. Still connected, Beryl must have told Von Blucher to let those two journalists stay because he knows they are the bonds and thus capable of taking care of themselves. In particular, he remembers how they saved Mega Man from that trap right before Juno and believed they repeat it for any innocent crew member or whatever. There's greater refractor variety nowadays because Yuna summoned more Reaverbots from the depths when she realized people were close to reaching that wonderful icy tomb once again. Bashful Blue almost immediately realizes that Joe is Roll's father and doesn't want to see either of them witness the other getting hurt, hence him telling her to stay back. Must be something about his original Purifier unit purpose being designed for identifying folks easily. Couldn't risk accidentally annihilating the wrong person after all. Elder Casket must have recently rearranged his room to account for what he'd have to do after his longtime buddy contacted him about giving Fatal Iceland exploration another shot. Especially the library part, putting the books he'd regularly want to reconsult most in an easily reachable place. Also the letter from his daughter to help prepare himself emotionally and all that. Roll, who's roughly the same age as current Blue Bomber Bro, would be able to name him because she indicated approval for his moniker by making happy baby noises whenever she heard it on TV, and Grandpa felt like he was being told something or what have you. Captain Tin Cheek keeps up with the latest fashions because nice clothes make him feel better about not having a full skull. This latest human species can easily survive freezing because when they were being developed, their creators need to ensure all nifty new fleshy artificial parts could withstand anything bionic ones found on those people-replate hybrids during ZX could. Being reminded of his role as an aberration attacker has increased Mr. Volnich's strength a fair bit, to the point where shield and regular health systems have merged here, hence the more traditional life status bar on display. This area where those motherlode keys go on to get stored must have originally been for the Sulfur Bottom's backup power supplies. Toilets are all super fireproof in this world. This was probably implemented so diggers experiencing stomach issues wouldn't unintentionally destroy their own bathrooms when they didn't have time to disarm beforehand. Tron must have developed the voice synthesizer to practice talking with Mega Man. Nobody was in these ruins earlier because the good retired mother unit was able to keep folks away before she had to start dealing with her sinister sis again. Mini Machine Monkey can get anywhere safely because he utilizes hidden tunnels that only super tiny dudes can fit into. Plus, that fellow already has maps of everywhere, but he doesn't know how to convert them into something carbons or purifier units can properly process. Manda Island has the most remaining history books, but they're probably thought of as fiction. That's how these people know how to make those crazy quizzes, along with that stuff which happened once MM's world started deviating from real history, like how Zero saved them all at some point. Speaking of that, it probably occurred between Z3 and 4 when he was protecting CL's caravan. Also, this place likely wasn't an island back then. Nido Island's government may have mistaken the Flutter for one of Glide's enemy ships because it has a bird-like color scheme. Advanced Avian Android Fighting Force must have requested those multi-shaded uniforms after getting jealous over the favorite Servbot's unique topper. These ruins may have originally been an experiment in undoing the global flood before they became a key guarding place. The underwater menacing machines might also purify their surroundings in addition to providing security. It'd be especially vital for desert areas like these caverns home. Racing is considered impressive and always worth bragging about round these parts because the coarse roughness of this sand that's everywhere makes honing such skills a task which can fill one with not liking things related feelings. These locks must also control smaller holding cells containing the more mini foes down here. The bulkier bitty bots thrown to break that rock must have originally been designed to teach that giant dino device how to hunt teeny tiny things. Pink Punk Princess's clothes got destroyed because what she wore to handle the heat isn't so durable when raw concussive force is involved. Bon Bon must have been using this spike chip to avoid any environmental hazards he faced underground in the prior ruins. Also, he's just moving this train so they could save money on engine parts and buy more weapons. Plus, the poor sap probably simply felt like resting after falling in lava during his last battle. Grabbing this blue barrier key almost definitely activated a doodad that converted those apparently vanishing fan traps into an elephant thing by combining them with some spare parts stored in the walls. The blade arm is multicolored because that textbook role study to make it had oddly worded info on those old elemental chips used in a certain Z-Saber. Speaking of the Zero series, Yosionke's boss could have very well been made from remnants of a late model Rainbow Devil. Shining lasers can get forged both from Last Adventure located X-Buster stuff and random Elysium crap because the original version was based off old generic Maverick hunting tech. The Master's quarters can currently be reached through this defense area because that's where his good friend Trigger would have been in charge of, and he wouldn't even let the top mamas override this particular constant droid providing access clearance. These money crystal stockpiles found in the area surrounding that currently occupied library must have been meant to power those Guardian copies which can be summoned from said place's database. Aberrant unit is merely an evolution of terms like irregular or maverick, just for individuals who don't listen to that people-ruling processor thing. However, in this case they do still have free will, but those folks in charge of the system are all taught by it that all deployed decisions are absolutely proven as what's best, and those who deviate from them can only cause war. Anyway, it isn't that mother units like Sarah can't disobey said society guiding doodad, it's that following flawlessly is what rewards them with that just brought up title. Basically, they're simply worried about losing all their self-worth. Data couldn't risk anybody going to Elysium until the Master System was destroyed, hence why he did let them know how to build a shuttle before certain last wishes were fulfilled. Also, he's the one who took the pod back and that's why Trigger's stuck. Final also, he gives them with knowledge about old space travel tech because another of that lesson's fellow's final request was reintroducing original species invented contraptions to the world of carbons. Endings are a pain, but all of you are fantastic. See ya.